Yeah, all right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before we get started, as always, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, B'chak.
Also, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to all you brothers out there. And can we actually start off with Micah 2 and 10? Because we had this individual that came up, just got out the county, but he listened for what, about a good 20 minutes?
Yeah, about 20, 30.
Yeah, about a good solid 20, maybe a little more, right, to 30 minutes. And then, he said a couple things, right, and the elders were dealing with him. But he made this one point. He said something under the lines of, basically, I love this world. How did he say it?
Yeah, he said he got no problem with it.
Yeah.
Something like that. He got no problem with this world.
And it's funny because the brother Yordan checked him real quick, man, and said, hey, were you happy when you were in the joint?
Right.
Were you, happy, having to, fight, having to, get told what to do?
Yeah.
Every single day, basically in survival mode. And of course he said no. All right. And you see, at the end of the day, for us Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and just a side note, we do have some of our people that look like the heathens due to the fact that our men, mixed and mingled with the heathen women.
Yeah.
So now we do have Israelites that actually look like all nations. The point being, you Israelites, this is not your rest. Okay. It's not going to be our rest until the kingdom of heaven comes. All right, the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, which is the kingdom of Israel, our kingdom. See? So if we can start off with that Micah 2 and 10.
It's Micah 2 and 10.
Yep.
Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Yep, and you got to spiritually arise from this place. Mentally get out of it. Spiritually and mentally flee this place. Okay, and how do you do that? By returning to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, changing your ways, becoming that new man, that new creature, as the scriptures talk about. Okay, that's how you escape this, this world, and then eventually the Lord's physically gonna deliver us. Okay, hey, but this place isn't our rest. Look, it's funny because we bumped into this guy, Curtis Blades. All right, he's a UFC fighter, right? And just thinking about that guy. He's got money. You know what I'm saying? He makes a little decent check, right? He gets to travel.
Yeah.
He gets to do something that he loves to do, so to speak, right? That's his job.
Right, yeah.
But at the end of the day, he's got to report to who? The so-called white man, Esau Edom.
Yeah.
Okay? Whether it be somebody in that organization, right, at UFC, if it's not that, right, he's got to report to, the IRS. You know what I'm saying?
Pay taxes on shit.
Yup. He's got to deal with his city, county,
Yep.
state, the federal. You got to think about it, bro. We got to deal with a city, county, state, and federal.
Yeah.
We got to deal with 4 different tiers, man. And you're saying that this is your rest? Then you're getting persecuted by your own people. All right, the black woman, I mentioned her. Okay.
Got to.
Esau. Come on, man. Come on. This is not our rest. All right. Do you have something out by any chance? Is there any more to that Micah 2 and 10?
Yeah, it's a little bit more.
Come on.
Micah 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction.
Yeah, this place is polluted. Okay? Spiritually, physically, it's completely polluted. It's a war on your minds first and foremost. Everything from ads, okay, to movies, to music, to the churches, to the school system. It's a war on you jakes to make you go off. Because that's really what it's all about. For you Israelites to disobey your power. Because Esau knows, because according to Judith, the 5th chapter, right? If we return to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, he's going to fight for us. Right. But if we continue to disobey, the Lord is going to have his back towards us. All right? You see? So Esau systematically designs this place to make you go off. All right? And see, get that real quick in the book of Proverbs where it says, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. Get that real quick. All right? Because look, you know, that's where we're at in this thing. Our people are seduced by the wicked because now they actually love this world. Because it's crazy, because even dealing with that guy, right? Now, he said he didn't like it, you know what I'm saying, being in jail, but he was still conditioned to be institutionalized, okay? You know? He was conditioned to love this world. And look, there's a possibility that you can make it. Because he was talking about like, oh, I was writing a book, right?
Yeah,
you know, I'm trying to get it published, so on and so forth, right? But look, that's, you know, very, you know, few, far and in between, okay, of our people that actually so-called, quote-unquote, make it. And then, hey, we always say, even if you, quote-unquote, make it, you're still, hey, Kanye said it the best, you're still a nigga in a coop, man. All right? Look at him. He's a perfect example. It's crazy because he made that, a college dropout in, 03, 04, right? A long time ago. Fast forward to 2025, he can't even see his kids, and he's a billionaire. And Yazarala always brings it out. He's a billionaire with a B and has no access to his kids. He has no control of his children.
And just as you said, Elder, about Curtis Blades.
Speak up too.
Curtis Blades, he has have to watch himself on how he represents the UFC.
Yep.
Because anything he's doing outside of what he's given permission to make money, whether it be through pictures or whether it be through merchandise, if you don't get permission, man, you know, you got to pay that back for you know, going offline.
Exactly. You get fines, fees, or they, you lose that one match, two matches, and they'll give them a reason, an excuse to cut you. Now they're justified. Well, we had to let them go. That happens a lot, man. You'll see a guy was doing pretty good and literally lost maybe 2 matches. Mind you, he didn't even get knocked out. He didn't do anything, you know. He didn't, you know, just lose like terribly, and they just cut him out of nowhere.
Yep.
See?
You had the other dude on the 7-fight lose streak.
Yeah.
And he just gets signed a new contract, man.
Yep.
But yeah, you gotta, like we said about Curtis Blades and Kanye, hey, you do something. Look what happened with Kyrie. You gotta make guest appearance, mandatory appearances, nigga.
God.
Hey, what did you say about the small hats, nigga?
Yeah, you gotta make a public apology.
Yep.
You know,
that's a community service, right?
It's,
you know,
Nick Cannon.
Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, you gotta get, you know, basically have a therapy session with the rabbi now, because you started talking too much. This is the world we live in, though.
That's right. That's right.
All right, so that's why, hey, we gotta just flee from this place. But you got that scripture by any chance, the Proverbs?
I was holding Psalms.
Let me get this though real quick. Is that you got it?
Okay.
Let me just get it because I don't want it to pass.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it. Give me 1 second. This is the book of Proverbs 12 and 26, and it reads, "The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them." All right, so our people are seduced by the ways they eat right now, and the reason why is because he's in rulership. Hey, but the scriptures say in I think it's Proverbs 3 and 31. It says, "Envy not thy oppressor," because look, at the end of the day, this man is gonna fall. Okay, he's got a set time limit to rule, and his expiration is about to hit. Okay, you know, and this is why okay, is cracking down, man. He's cracking down because look what's going on. He's cracking down because he knows he has but a short time. This is why you got Trump saying, look, we're going to federalize the police out in D.C. And after, you know, we get things, you know, locked down in D.C., right? We're going to expand to Chicago, L.A., New York, Baltimore, Oakland, etc.
Coming to a city near you.
Yep, and that's all done by design.
Right.
All right? Because this man, he's about to make your life a living hell. Because he knows that the men of the Lord are waking up. And you got to remember, too, you know, they know that people are watching. That's another reason why they got to cut out the internet, too. Which, that's still going to fulfill prophecy. No matter what this guy does, he's being used for the Lord's will. Okay? But he knows people are watching. He wants this, you know, information to get cut out. All right. Then just in general, hey, these people, even these commoners out here are coming up against the government, man. Because look, that deception isn't working anymore. You see? So he has to move in swiftly. He's like an eagle. You know, the scriptures talk about how, in Obadiah, how he's as an eagle.
Yep.
You know, yeah, you think about, was it 2nd Ezra? Talks about all the emperors, they're eagles, right? You know what I'm saying? Feathers and all that.
Yep.
And look, an eagle is very swift and calculated when he goes for the kill.
Yep.
Stand here on.
One is Deuteronomy, the eagle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Deuteronomy 28, I think.
Yeah.
You know?
It represents the American flag and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, really all the Edomites empires, because you look at the Greece, they had the eagle. Rome, they had the eagle. All these, what is it, Russia, the U.S., Poland, all these different places, the Esau, you know, he sets himself up. It's got that eagle, man.
Right.
All right? You see? But, did you have anything? Well,
I had this, Joe, this brother has something, right?
yeah, you had something, right, Al?
Yeah, I'm, let me find Deuteronomy. I'm coming out.
It's like, yeah,
Whip is the eagle.
like, she's in the 40s or something. I forgot where it's at, but you said.
This Job 14:5, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Yeah, exactly. So he's got a set time limit. Okay? The second he hits that time limit, it's done. It's a wrap. Hey, 'cause they use this term here in America, right? A glass ceiling, right? You know how Jake had, you know, they got that glass ceiling, they hit it and they can't go anywhere. That's the same for Esau. The second he hits that marker, boom, it's done. It's a wrap. He's going to get thrown out of power.
So Revelation 12:12, you know, the devil only have a short time, a briefer moment, you know.
That's right.
Start chaos. You got it.
Yeah, the Deuteronomy 28:49, and it reads, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flyeth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not
They
understand.
were speaking in different languages. That what it means.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, you know, it started off, you know, with the Grecians, the Romans, right?
Yep.
But, you know, what the scriptures say, the thing that was is now, right? Hey, so that's what happened. Hey, Esau came, you know, as the British, right? The French, the Dutch, these different, you know, the nations that he was in. And they conquered Jake. They conquered Jake, man. And they're going to do it again, because right now, because the scriptures talk about how, you know, they're going to besiege Jerusalem, right? That's going to happen again. You know, hey, they're going to different cities, and they're going to encamp around you, Jakes, and you're not going to have any food coming in and out, no water coming in and out, no medication coming in and out. You're going to have to survive with whatever you have, and that's going to cause chaos and pandemonium. You know what I'm saying? People are going to lose their goddamn minds, and that's where those 2nd Ezra scriptures come in, right?
Yeah.
It says what the reason why these things are coming is because for the lack of bread and for great tribulation. That's why people are going to raid each other, kill each other, so on and so forth. All right, but you got that scripture for Equara?
Yeah, I got it right here. There's Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
You know, the devil means deceiver. You know, he has a brief of a short time.
Right.
A short time of window opportunity to cause his chaos and destruction. And his blessing is a sword.
Right.
In Revelation, he's the red horse.
Yep. This is going into the Edomites.
Right.
What they will call the so-called white man.
That's right.
All right.
From Mount Seir, the Caucasian mountains.
That's the one who was blessed with the sword. All right. Yeah. Now other nations have that weaponry.
Right.
But he's the one that is really blessed with it.
They go on hunting and stuff like that. They be hunting
yeah.
animals and stuff like that. They got sniper rifles. They be sniping an animal away in the mountains and stuff.
Oh, they go to conventions, like gun conventions.
Right.
They'll sit there, go to all these different booths. You know, the sellers are, giving out, their information for, this rifle, this pistol, this assault, a weapon. It's all E, man. And then they do on the big boy level, they got what? Bombs.
Yeah, nuclear warheads, got Satan suit, nuclear weapons of mass destruction. They had a movie they made of Oppenheimer and stuff like that. They create the bombs.
And he mentioned it, how he's the destroyer of worlds.
Yeah.
Because but it's funny because that's what those missiles are meant for. Okay, those missiles were created, right, to be really Esau's downfall. Because it's funny, his own blessing is going to destroy him. At the end of the day, his own blessing is going to destroy him. America is destined for absolute annihilation. It's not bouncing back. All right, because that's scriptures. America is supposed to be a lake of fire.
That's right.
All right, but you got it, brother.
But this Revelation 11:18, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
Right.
And that's talking about Esau. Okay? He's the one that's been destroying the earth.
You got chemtrails in the sky, stuff like that, chemical poisons.
Man, it was crazy. I was just listening to the radio, and they were talking about how they recently updated, like, I guess you could say, the endangered plant life out here in Illinois.
Oh, yeah,
the last time they did it was about 30 to 35 years ago. And they were saying that, it's just been depleting. And that's because of this guy. He sits there, he dumps all these chemicals in the rivers, right? Hey, you mentioned the chemtrails. That helps destroy these plants too, not just us. Okay. This 5G
towers,
has been like literally frying everything, man. That's why birds don't go by it. Bees, all these insects.
Oh, yeah.
And look at the trees now, bro. Like half of them are bare.
Yeah. In the summer.
In the summer. And mind you, of course, we understand that there's going to be a tree that dies here and there because things don't last forever, right? But look at it. Look how many it is, though, man. When you really open up your eyes.
Yeah.
This world is literally being destroyed because of this man. You know? Yeah, give it to your Don. But keep reading.
That was a point on that. I got one.
Okay, come.
Job 20:4, it says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment.
Yeah, it's but for a moment. Hey, this is his time to rule, so hey, don't envy your oppressor. He's going to get thrown out of power. And look, as it says, what is that in Isaiah? Those that are joined hand in hand, they're going to be thrust through. So look, man, it's best to deal with your stripes right now. You know what I'm saying? Hey, go through your your hell, right? You deal with stuff at the job, stuff with your family, your ailments, right? Your health, so on and so forth. It's best to deal with it now than later. Because look, our people. It's what's so funny because it says this in 2nd Ezra, anyways. That look, it doesn't matter if you're doing things righteous, roughly paraphrasing, it doesn't matter if you're doing things righteous or wicked as an Israelite. You're still gonna have to deal with that, that straight gate. You're still gonna have to deal with, trials and tribulations. Okay, I know I butchered it, but that's what it tells you in 2nd Ezra 7. So we got to deal with this as a nation, anyways. So you might as well deal with it righteously than wickedly. Hey, because as we always mention, Kanye West, right? Floyd Mayweather, these different, individuals, they got to still bend the knee, man. They're still going through hell. They're not free. They're slaves just like you and me. All right? They're slaves like all of us. They got to answer to Esau, Edom. But see, hey, we're going above E, man. Hey, we're going to our power. Yahweh Shem Shai. You see? But get the last precepts, brothers, and we're about to wrap it up. It's about to rain.
Now, the 2nd Ezra 7:18, nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things
Woo.
and hope for the wise. For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things,
Yep.
and yet shall not see the wise.
Exactly. They're not going to see the salvation. You know, they're going to be dwelling in torments. They're going to be beaten with many stripes, right? All these different things. There's going to be weeping and gnashing of teeth. They're going to have to deal with some severe punishments. You know, like we're dealing with and really it's crazy because this is actually a light affliction, as the scriptures talk about.
Right.
Right, we still get to eat. We got clothes. Brothers get, some women. You know what I'm saying? This is a light affliction. Okay? So, hey, it's better to deal with this than what's to come later. All right? But, we're going to wrap it up because it's about to pour out here. Hey, so with that, hopefully this was edifying. And with that, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahadash.
Also, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And salutations to all you brothers out there. Shalom and the Baba Ball.
Baba Bo. Kwam Yasharallah.